Today will be an interesting and insightful session. I'm delighted to be here on stage with three tremendous entrepreneurs.
When I was back in as a kid, I always have one philosophy in mind, is whatever you do, be happy. That ingredient has to exist first, that you are always very optimistic about the outcome of what you're trying to do, because as an entrepreneur, you never know whether you will succeed or you will fail. People say you cannot do it, but in fact, we could do it.
It was all about recognizing a market opportunity. So when I was in second year in university, I was back in Saigon and I was working as a summer job for a UK company. And then I saw there was a market opportunity, there was a lot of demand for technology. I started my first company, trading company, opened a company, became their distributor. Follow the demand. There has to be a demand for you to go and supply something.
Entrepreneurs are Renaissance men and women, I think. We're highly ADHD. Anything that's new, that almost is a frontier that you want to learn about, you're deeply curious, you see an opportunity. And I very much grew up in that type of household. As an entrepreneur, you have to care deeply about the impact that you'll have in whatever thesis that you're trying to prove.
You didn't mention one thing I thought you would mention, which is your focus on the gender equality.
Now, of course, we live in a very sensitive environment, so that gender is constantly spoken of. So I'll actually advocate the other side, that we're entrepreneurs first, gender after that.
It's difficult enough to be an entrepreneur. Is there a difference from your perspective of being a female entrepreneur?
It is a difference, but I think it's an advantage. When you walk into a conference or a room, there's always like 95 male and 5 female. So they remember you.
Tell us about, how has an advocate or mentor played an important role to enable you to be who you are today?
Because of my role as an acting CFO, I see a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of successful businessmen trying to improve or grow their business. They always will inspire me. I actually learn by consulting them.
As a woman, you have special traits. Have you, in your experience at any time, brought to forth and saw that you could use those traits?
I think as a female in general, you have higher EQ. You listen more. And if you sit in front of a male, usually they tend to talk to you more because there's no ego, there's no competition.
A deep power that women have, and in fact men should also harness, is just this idea of empathy, being able to relate to others, to really bond and be compassionate from a point of where they're starting from rather than what they're doing, what they're showing us.
I have a lot of good friends and we are like a soldiers, a group of people working towards a goal. Because I never remember who I am from the gender's point of view.
What do you do as a company or as a CEO of a company? Not only empower, but to support the female colleagues that you have.
What is the tone that we set? And how do we operate? Making sure that that framework is very clear and is engaging and is enabling talent to surface, irrespective of gender, I think is very, very important.